NYC casting call says white artists will be paid less than POC artists and undergo mandatory session of anti-racism training. Lucky for us, we have the document they put out for this casting call so we can read all the details. Please note that we are working on organizing a short 3 to 4 hour anti-racism training for the creative team and ensemble in April to help us address power dynamics and reduce harm within the creative process. This training will be open to all ensemble members and creative team members, but will be mandatory only for white ensemble and creatives. I'm not sure that's legal either. Under the compensation part, they put pays a small stipend, minimum $150 for the spring workshop period. Due to the content of this particular project, resources are being allocated in favor of POC collaborators. That means that POC artists will receive a larger stipend than white artists working on this project. If you're interested, please email a resume and tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're interested in working on this project. If you're white, we'd also love to hear a little bit about what accountability to people of color within a creative process means to you. The Daily Wire says that on around Monday, April 1st, the compensation text suddenly changed. Now this is what you can see on the compensation section of the page. Pays a small stipend, minimum $150 for the spring workshop period. So the first time they asked them about the compensation change, they denied anything to do with it and said this is how it was in the beginning. And afterwards they replied, just checked it. I think backstage must have taken out the part about paying people of color a higher stipend, but that hasn't changed. So now they just took off the ad because they probably brought a lot of fire towards them, but they are still planning to pay people of colors more than white actors. If you would read the rest of the article, you know that the Daily Wire talked to a lawyer about it and a few legal scholars, and yes, it's indeed illegal. I don't know if the mandatory anti-racism training is illegal, but I assume it is as well, because they're gonna only force it on their white actors. So that's discrimination based on race, which is illegal under the Equal Pay Act, if I recall correctly. And race is a protected class, so I don't think they can do it either with the mandatory training. Now, honestly, I don't know what is this freaky timeline we are on right now, where someone think it's okay to put a casting call like that out unironically. Remember when Jordan Peele said he wasn't going to hire any white leads to his next movies, which is pretty racist, and I'm sure the media would have bent out of shape if the races were reversed, but this casting call is a whole other level of evil. Those white actors that they intend to hire can come from some pretty bad background. Maybe they even grew up in a ghetto and now they are being discriminated against because of their skin color. The dumbest thing about it is that the casting call was probably approved by several people who signed off on it. And I never understood why the left thinks you can counteract racism with even more racism. It's just dumb. Anyway, this is the entire story, guys. I'd love to hear your opinions in the comments below.